Approximately 1,000 years before the fabled Battle of Yavin, Darth Bane, the fabled Sithari of legend, destroyed Lord Khan's Brotherhood of Darkness and restructured the Sith Order under the Rule of Two. Under this new system, the new Sith would strive to preserve the sanctity of their order by limiting the number of true Sith Lords in the galaxy to only 2, which ensured that an apprentice could only lay claim to the mantle of Dark Lord if they proved themselves strong enough or intelligent enough to take down their master on their own. The Rule of Two also led to the implementation of a valuable new practice never before seen in the Sith Order's 10,000-year history: secrecy. The Lords of the Sith discarded their images as dark warriors cutting bloody swaths of destruction upon the battlefield, and became starship designers, collectors of fine art, scientists, financiers, and politicians. They hid their true nature, while simultaneously cultivating their power, acquiring greater wealth and knowledge until they had become an entity that was all but unrecognizable to the few who still remembered the Sith of old. For 1,000 years, the Dark Lords hid in plain sight, extending their reach to the very heart of the Galactic Republic. The threat of the Sith would remain shrouded in mystery until Darth Maul, the first apprentice of Darth Sidious, would reveal himself during the final battle of Naboo. Forced into a confrontation with the Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi, Maul managed to successfully dispatch Jinn before being cut in half and left for dead by Kenobi. Using the power of the dark side to keep himself alive, the grievously injured Sith assassin eventually found himself stranded on Loth Minor. For 20 years, Maul's memories were lost, and he fell into a state of near madness, eating only the small animals that wandered into his cave, and developing an obsession with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Rescued by his clan brother Savage Opress and rejuvenated by Mother Talzin's dark side magics during the early months of the Clone Wars, Darth Maul spent the majority of the war attempting to get his revenge against Kenobi, though all of their engagements were either left inconclusive or with Kenobi attaining victory and forcing the brothers to flee. In 20 BBY, Maul would assist the Mandalorian leader Pre Vizsla in the formation of the Shadow Collective criminal organization, allowing the Death Watch to seize control of Mandalore before Maul stepped in and took control of the planet himself by slaying Vizsla. However, Maul's rule was short-lived, as his machinations had garnered the attention of his former master, who viewed his former apprentice's plans as a possible threat to the true Sith's grand plan and had come to Mandalore to rein him in. Savage was killed and Maul was taken prisoner. Although Death Watch managed to rescue their new leader, Maul's escape merely allowed Sidious to track down Talzin. While she did attempt to aid Maul against the Sith Lord, she was ultimately killed by the CIS commander, General Grievous. Much of Dathomir was destroyed, but Darth Maul's fate remains unknown. Darth Tyrannus, known by the majority of the galaxy as the illustrious Count Dooku, was the second apprentice of Darth Sidious. Descended from the noble houses of Sereno, Dooku was turned over to the Jedi Order at an early age, and quickly distinguished himself as a prodigy. Though he was allegedly trained by various Jedi Masters, his primary instructor was none other than the Jedi Grandmaster himself, Yoda. Passing his trials and ascending to knighthood, Dooku grew into one of the Jedi Order's greatest sword masters and academics, and he was even invited to join the Jedi Council, though he turned them down so that he could remain more independent as a proactive peacekeeper. However, he was also an outspoken maverick, furious over the various political and social injustices facilitated by the Galactic Republic. Though not as hot-headed as his former student, Qui-Gon Jinn, Dooku's accusations against the Senate garnered him a somewhat unfavorable reputation among the galaxy's political echelon. However, he was also nearing the end of his patience with the Jedi, with Jinn's death at the hands of Darth Maul being the straw that finally broke the camel's back. Resigning from the Jedi Order, Dooku was approached by Darth Sidious. The Dark Lord claimed to share Dooku's views regarding the galaxy, and convinced him to join the Sith as Sidious's apprentice and reform galactic society by dismantling the Republic. Taking the name Darth Tyrannus, Dooku reclaimed his ancestral title as Count of Sereno and used his family's wealth to aid in the formation of the Confederacy of Independent Systems, an alliance of dejected star systems and corporations that were similarly fed up with the Republic, instigating the Clone Wars. The conflict allowed Sidious, in his guise as Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, to militarize the Republic and pave the way for the rise of the Galactic Empire. However, Count Dooku wouldn't live to see the rise of the Emperor, as he had ultimately been recruited as little more than a placeholder for Sidious's chosen successor, Anakin Skywalker. Pitted against the young Jedi aboard the Invisible Hand, Darth Tyrannus was defeated and beheaded at Sidious's command. Darth Vader, formerly the Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, was the third and final apprentice to the Sith Lord Darth Sidious. Recruited on the eve of the Great Jedi Purge in 19 BBY. Easily one of the greatest Jedi killers of all time, Vader spearheaded the sacking of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and butchered the Separatist Council on Mustafar, ending the Clone Wars and helping to usher in the rise of the Galactic Empire. However, he was confronted by his former Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and after a lengthy duel through the mineral refinery of Mustafar, he was defeated. Left to die in the infernal landscape, he suffered severe injuries, necessitating an extensive cybernetic refit in order to keep him alive. While he survived his transformation, his physical and force-based abilities were severely hampered. The weight of the prosthetics restricting his agility, and the lack of living tissue preventing the force from properly flowing through his body. Despite these disadvantages, Vader adapted quickly, becoming the enforcer to the newly minted Emperor Palpatine. However, Vader was no passive lapdog or self-righteous utopian like Maul or Dooku, fully aware that his master viewed him as an unfit apprentice and planned to replace him, and on several occasions attempted to train his own apprentice to help him take down Sidious, finally setting his sights on his son, Luke Skywalker. It was by Luke's hands that Vader finally suffered a decisive defeat, with Sidious encouraging the young Jedi to finish him off and replace him. However, Luke refused to kill his father, rejecting the dark side of the Force and provoking Sidious's wrath. Vader stepped in to save his son, killing Palpatine but suffering fatal damage to his cybernetics, which resulted in his death. the shadow assassin, the political idealist, and the Empire's enforcer. Which of Darth Sidious's 3 Sith apprentices truly understands and exercises the raw, elemental power of the dark side? With that question in mind, join me as I present to you the Versus Series Season 5 finale, Darth Maul versus Darth Tyrannus versus Darth Vader. Let's begin. This is going to take some time. Well guys, I hope you're looking forward to the Versus Series Season 5 finale. Feel free to share your thoughts on the upcoming 3-way battle in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later.